Hi, Space Puppy here. So I wanted to do a quick little video. I actually have to get ready for work soon, but I wanted to do a quick little video. I've been wanting to talk more about like media and stuff I'm watching. Like most of the time, I tend to watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I'm trying to like get more into like manga and watching anime again, and movies and stuff like that. So I decided that I wanted to do a video talking about Obsession. I recently went to go see Obsession with my cousin, and I loved it. It was so good. This isn't gonna be like a really like serious review. It's kind of just gonna be like yapping about random things that I liked about the movie and just things that I thought were cool and stuff. So I don't know. It's not gonna be some like in-depth review like you've seen before, but I just wanted to like yap about it a little bit because I thought the movie was really cool, and I'm waiting for it to come out on streaming so I can see it with my boyfriend and have him watch it with me so I can see it again because it was so good. But yeah, I watched Obsession. It's made by a YouTuber. I forgot his name, but I'll put it up somewhere on the screen for you guys so you can see who it is. But it's basically, the concept of like, oh, if you like make a wish and make somebody fall in love with you. We've all had those times when you're like a kid and you're like, oh, what if I give somebody like a love potion and I make them fall in love with me? It's kind of like that, but like it's just like super like dark and like twisted version of that, which is like super duper cool because like you never even think like, God, what would happen if like with that person, if they fall in love, would they like even realize like they're doing something they didn't want to do? So that's kind of like what the idea is basically the girl, I don't remember everybody's names. I'm gonna like put them somewhere on the screen because it's been a little bit since I've seen this. But basically the girl, her like body gets almost like taken over by some other creature when the male character makes her fall in love with him, and that like demon or creature is like possessing her, like getting super obsessed and in love with the main character guy, and it just kind of follows the progression of like her getting more and more obsessed with him and like trying to keep him and blah 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 blah. Also, I'm not gonna be spoilers for this. I'm just gonna kind of ramble through like a bunch of stuff. But like the guy has like this whole like weird long like confession he wants to do to the girl at the beginning, and it's like really like, oh, this guy's kind of like a loser. And the main character is such a like, he's so insufferable throughout this whole movie. He makes things so like super uncomfortable. Oh gosh, I think like but she like talks about like basically how it all happens is the girl's like, oh, like I lost my necklace, yada yada, and the guy's like, oh man, I should like get her a gift, and he goes to this random curio shop and he gets like the one wish thing, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna give this to her, and he doesn't end up giving it to her. Instead, he makes the wish in the car because he tries to do like a cool move and like call her like a name she like didn't really like in school, and he likes like, oh fuck it, and he makes the wish and he's like, I wish you would be the only person who loves me, blah blah blah. And then immediately the effect kicks in, and it's a really spooky shot. I felt so spooked during this shot. It's a spooky shot of her standing like slumped, like deformed before she goes into her house, and just like complete darkness. And there's a lot of shots in this movie where like the girl's face is just completely obscured and like black, and it's so spooky, but she's like instantly like obsessed with him, wants to like go back to his house. I was just thinking about the movies like giving me chills again, like I'm getting so spooked already. Like wants to go to his house with them. It's just like, oh, I'm in love with you, blah blah blah. And like she starts doing all this weird stuff. Like, oh, at one point she like makes a shrine to his dead cat because his cat dies and we get a movie. So she digs up the cat. It's like, oh look, I made you this shrine. It's the dead cat. And it reminded me of the first Smile movie, or a little bit. If you've not seen the first Smile movie or the second one especially, go watch the Smile movies. They are so good. But it reminded me of that, and I instantly started getting fast. I was like, oh my god, I already love this. But there's just like so many creepy moments like that. Like later in the movie, she eventually like ends up like cooking the cat like into like his food, and I was like, oh my god. Like what is happening? And there's there's moments where she's just like standing in the darkness and like being really spooky. I don't know, stuff like that like really like wakes me out. But like there's also moments too where she'll like snap back into like realization, where she realizes like she's not in control of what she's doing, and like the one who's in love with him, like there's a scene where they're like making out and like they like have sex, and it's like really uncomfortable, and then she suddenly snaps back and she's like, what is that? And like slaps the fuck out of him, and you're like, oh shit, she's like still like in her body, but she doesn't have control, which is so spooky. Like the idea of like still being like present in your body that's being controlled is so, that's like such a like scary idea, and you have like no like control over yourself. And just like the whole time, like eventually all the friends are like, hey, like she makes up this whole like the monster demon thing that's possessing her makes up this whole lie, like, oh, like her father has cancer, and she's like using all these things as like excuses of like what's going on, and everybody's like, oh, she's like, all her friends like, oh, she's back on drugs and stuff like this, and they're like telling the main dude character like, oh, like why are you like taking advantage of her? And they're like all uncomfortable about the whole situation, and the main character dude just like doesn't like, he just sees no problem with like anything that he's like doing, and he like doesn't like tell anybody or like make a big deal about it or anything. And it's just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. And like there's like a point in the movie where they like all go to a party, and she's just like being super weird, and like they deadass told him, don't bring her to the party, like she's gonna be weird and uncomfortable. And like the girl throws a whole fit about him going to the party, and he just caves and like brings her, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? She's acting so weird, and you still brought her to the party to be weird? What's wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And there's like a point too where like the guy like realizes, oh, maybe I don't want this wish anymore, because she's acting super weird, super possessive. She's like taping him into his house, shitting and pissing on the floor, and he's like, ah, maybe I don't want this wish anymore. He calls like the customer service number, and he has to talk, and they're like, yeah, no, you can't can't take your wish back. But he's really nonchalant too, which is really funny. This movie is also really like, I remember in the theater, people were laughing in the theater a lot at some of the moments, because this movie is also like really funny, because some of the things that happen are so absurd that it's funny, but it somehow also manages to be spooky at the same time, which I think is so cool. Like, what do you mean you can be funny and spooky at the same time? But anyways, like the dude's like really nonchalant, it's like kind of a funny moment, and then it completely switches up where he's like, the dude's like, hey, do you want to like speak to the girl, like the original girl who got possessed? And she's like screaming bloody murder on the phone. It's like, what? Like, what do you mean? It's so crazy. And then there's just like a point too where the girl, like, she fully regains consciousness like at night, because like the demon is like asleep, and she like asks like the main character guy, she's like, please just like kill me, like she doesn't want to do this anymore. And he's just like, is loving me so hard. And I'm like, what? It's interesting. It's kind of like a two-way obsession. Like, he's so obsessed with his love for her that he can't seem to have, that he does not want to release her from this like curse. And then this demon that's like obsessed with like being in love with him as like part of his wish. So like, I don't know, I really like the idea. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's kind of what it seems like. It's like a two-way obsession, but in like two like different ways. And you know, eventually it just gets so bad, the girl ends up like killing the one friend who like kind of has a crush on him, like right before she's about to like get her college acceptance letter, which is so depressing. I really liked her too, she was such a cool character. But she kills the other girlfriend, like a whole moment where he sneaks out of the house to go meet her, which, well, first of all, why did you do that, and why did you think that was a good idea? Why would you do that? But sneaks out, goes to get the college acceptance letter, and I like jumped and almost screamed at this part. But the girl who's possessed, deadass runs up on the car window, busts it, breaks it, and starts slamming her head against the steering wheel to kill her. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? And it scared me so bad, because I'm like super afraid of things like running at you type jump scares. So I like jumped in my seat, and I was so stressed out for the rest of the movie. And he's like, and the girl's like, oh, and I gotta help me bury the body, and he helps her bury the body. I'm like, what? Like, do you not realize how insane this is? Like, the dude is just so like just completely unaware of like how insane like all this shit is, and like maybe that he should like do something. And he finally decides to tell his friend, but his friend is still like done with his shit. He's like, friend, please make a wish to like reverse this wish. And he's like, no, like fuck you. Which honestly, yeah. And he like makes a wish to get $1 billion, and he actually gets $1 billion. And then like the climax ends, and like she's like, the demon is like so upset that he's like not, that the main character is like not loving her, and she like takes the friends, like the friend that got killed, the girl that had a crush on him, and like skins her, and she like dresses up as her. It's like, I'm what you want me to be. And she like has a gun, and she's like about to kill herself, and then him, and the dude is just like so over it, and his friend comes and he gets shot by the girl, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is getting out of control. And then he had another like one wish thing, because I think on the phone at one point the guy said, oh well, maybe, you know, she'll do like anything for you, and he leaves it on the table, and he's finally has a moment where he's able to like get away from the girl. He like runs away, and he's like gonna go just like end it, because like obviously she can't be freed until he's like dead. So he goes in, he like starts taking pills, and he's just like, okay, like I'm done. And then all of a sudden you hear the wish thing go off, and I was like, huh? And then boom, he tries to like throw up all the pills that he just took, and I was like, oh no, the demon made a wish. The demon made a wish, because he goes out of the bathroom and they're like all lovey-dovey, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like an ending kind of like, if you've ever seen the movie Together, spoiler for Together, skip ahead like a couple seconds if you want to hear this, but at the end of Together they just decide that, hey, we're just gonna form into one person together. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be, okay, end of spoiler, but it's gonna be like the end of Together, where they're just like, you know, two fucked up people just like, and they just stay like that. But the pills do end up hitting, and he does end up dying. And then the girl's like crying, the obsessed demon's like, wait, like, oh god, he's gone. And you see the broken like wish thing on the table, which makes you realize, oh, she did make the wish to make him obsessed. And then all of a sudden the girl that's possessed, the demon, goes, sits on the couch, and is about to like end it, and then all of a sudden she boom snaps out of it, and it's back to the girl at the beginning of the movie, no longer possessed, and she's just breaks down crying. And that's how the movie ends, as the like title like ending song, like it's just her in tears, like what? it's like, I feel at the end of the movie I just like felt like so bad for the main girl, because like she had no control over anything that was happening. She wanted to die, the dude wouldn't kill her, and now she's come out of this situation, and like everybody's dead, and just like nothing is to save, and it's just like, damn, like I feel so bad for her. But it was so like spooky and comfortable. Also, fuck the main character, dude. He was the worst. He was like absolutely disgusting. I can't stand him. Like as a character, his character is really like interesting, and I like how they like did him and portrayed him, but like overall he pissed me off. He was so like, ugh, gross. But yeah, overall it's just like a really good movie. I like the themes of it, I like the ideas of it, I like the concept of it. It just felt very different. Like you know, there's a lot of like wish type movies, but this one just felt like really cool how it portrayed the concept, and how it was both like spooky and like silly at the same time. I don't know a lot about film like techniques and stuff, but like the shots where like you can't see her face, so you can't tell like what emotions she's trying to do, or like there's shots where she does really exaggerated emotions, like you've probably seen the meme where she's like, I can't do the face, but she does it so good, where she has a really big frown. But it's so cool. Like there's a lot of cool like stuff like that, and I don't know. I really like horror movies, and this is definitely like one of my like new top favorite horror movies. That's kind of up there with like the Smile movies. So yeah, I'm really excited for it to come out on streaming. And let me know in the comments like what your favorite part of Obsession was, or anything you like liked about it. And I really hope once again, the guy who made the movie, the director, I forgot his name, put it back up on the screen. I really hope he makes like another horror movie, or like just another movie in general, because this one was really good and I really liked it, and we need more YouTubers making movies. There's apparently another YouTuber movie that came out too as well that I also need to see. And also saw Iron Lung. If I'm gonna ever do a talk or like a yap about Iron Lung, I need to watch that movie again because there's a lot going on in that movie. But it was still really good. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, definitely go see Obsession if you haven't already. And if you're not gonna go see it in theaters, definitely see it when it comes out on streaming. It's really good. It's a good watch with like friends, boyfriend, whatever, like whoever. Yeah, go watch it. Anyways, let me know if you like these just random ramble yaps about like media and stuff. I want to do like more of these, maybe like a more structured one, but I don't know, this is just kind of like me trying to like get into it and like give me like a reason to like watch new stuff and then talk about it with people, so I'm not just sitting with it in my head. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, share the video, leave a comment about your favorite part about Session or your favorite horror movie, and yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.